Hello, everyone. This is Ernesto Verdugo from my house in Houston, Texas, and on the other screen, possibly you can see Rick Itzkowich, the LinkedIn guy, and we're very, very excited because we're right now halfway through our launch. We are quickly selling out, which of course it's exactly what we expected. However, there's some people who are still on the fence. And we basically been asking, well, what's going on? How come is it that you guys have not really done that step and get the LinkedIn Power system? And that's why exactly we're actually putting this little piece of content together. I think that the information that we're going to be sharing with you is very, very valuable. And I think obviously you will, after it, you will be able to see why we are so excited about LinkedIn. So without further ado, let me just basically pass the microphone to Rick. Rick is going to explain to us, because this is one of the questions that we've been getting over and over, what is actually the difference between LinkedIn, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, and all the other social media platforms? Can you just give us a brief explanation of why LinkedIn is so different and so powerful?
Yes. Hello, everybody. And I get that question quite a bit. And let me summarize this. If I were to take LinkedIn and boil it down to one sentence, all right, here's the one sentence that if you grasp what this sentence means, you will fully understand both the power of LinkedIn and how it's different from the other social networks. And it's the following. You don't know who all the people that you know. Let me repeat that. You don't know who all the people that you know. All right, so what that means is inside of LinkedIn, right now, there are people that you want to meet, that people that you know those people that can introduce you to those people. However, you don't know who those people are. And that is something that neither Twitter, nor Facebook, nor MySpace gives you the ability to do. So, for example, okay, let's say that you want to connect to CPAs. All right? CPAs are the people that are great referral sources for you. And that, by the way, is another difference, and I'll explain that in a moment. But let's say you wanted to connect to CPAs. Well, if I ask you, Ernesto, how many CPAs do you know?
2 or 3.
Right now, how many come to mind?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. Well, if you ask me, that's about the same number. I go on LinkedIn, and I have in my network 18 different CPAs that are connected to me. So that means I went from 3 to 18, and not only can I identify who those people are, but I can have the people in my network introduce me to them. So that is something that is not available in any other social media, where not only can you find out who are the people that you want to meet, but who are the people who can introduce you to those people. So that's a big, big difference. To the second point, all right, most people are looking for the next sale. Okay, so for instance, you know, if you sell to, let's say you sell braces, you're an orthodontist, and you're looking and you ask for somebody, well, I'm looking for people who need braces. I'm looking for parents who have kids who need braces. Well, I'll think of maybe one person that I know. However, a dentist, if you make a connection and build a relationship with a dentist, how many patients does a dentist see who need braces? Probably over the course of a year, would you say at least tens, 50, 100?
Absolutely.
Well, imagine that every time a dentist sees a person who needs braces, if they have a relationship with an orthodontist, they can refer that patient to the orthodontist. That is a referral for life. And if you can connect with 5 dentists in your area, how much business is that going to be coming your way?
I think you just have definitely revealed what is actually the biggest difference, because I mean, I keep on always getting, I mean, I've been getting a lot of the comments on the blog, and a lot of the people saying, well, I mean, sure, I've been in LinkedIn for a while. I have already my LinkedIn profile. Some of them even tell me, you know what, I see LinkedIn like if it will be Plaxo, like, you know, it's like my Rolodex where I have my contacts, and that's basically how I use it. But if they're using it like that, would you agree with me that they're really missing out in a huge business opportunity?
Oh, absolutely. That's like having a computer and the only thing that you use it is to send email. And you say, well, that's all a computer is good. What's the difference between, you know, a computer and, I don't know, a typewriter? Well, it's huge. It's how you're using it. So how people use LinkedIn is, yes, if they only want to use it as a resume place to park it, that's where LinkedIn Power will actually make a huge difference, because it's going to show you exactly how to use it to generate business that you will not get anywhere else.
Exactly. I think one of the very, very important things which you and I have spoke about, and I mean, you opened my eyes to it, and you actually just mentioned it a little bit, a little while ago. Basically, you were saying about the importance of referrals for life. I mean, basically, LinkedIn Power is not about how to make money online. It's not how to set Google AdWords or how to sell stuff, which is one of the very, very important things on LinkedIn. I mean, basically, LinkedIn is a referral tool on asteroids, because basically what happens is that using the power of the internet and the power of networking online, you can basically reach almost anyone on the planet. I mean, from Barack Obama to whoever you want is actually there in LinkedIn. I mean, whoever you can think of is there on LinkedIn. So, but the fact is, only very few people know exactly how to take this information and actually translate it into referrals. So if you can give us some examples of how you can use LinkedIn to convert basically contacts into referrals, that I think it will help people understand why LinkedIn is not just your card cabinet or your place where you're going to be having your basically your contacts.
Yes, well, as you were talking, one phrase that, one quote that came to mind is, if somebody's hungry and you feed them, you've taken care of their hunger for a day. However, if you teach them how to fish, you fed them for a lifetime. All right, so LinkedIn is more about teaching people how to fish than feeding them fish when they're hungry. So that's the equivalent of, building something that is going to keep giving and giving and giving. But yes, going back to, the examples. All right, let's say that what you are is you're a photographer. Okay, and obviously what you want is you want to get business. And let's say you're a photographer and you specialize on weddings. Okay, so you would think, who would be a good referral for you? You would think anybody who's getting married. Is that right?
Right.
So you'd say, well, I need to find the people who are getting married. But see, how often do people get married in a lifetime?
Once, hopefully.
Once, hopefully. If somebody does it many times, 2, 3 times, okay, that's it. But how about this? All right, I don't know if in other parts of the world, but in the United States, they have something called a wedding coordinator.
Exactly.
Okay, now a wedding coordinator, as the title implies, they're in charge of coordinating and organizing weddings. Now, a wedding coordinator is probably going to organize hundreds of weddings in a year.
Correct.
Yes? So if you are a photographer and what you do is you connect and build a relationship with a wedding coordinator, how many weddings will you get in a year?
Plenty.
Yes. What are the odds that somebody who's going to be having a wedding is going to need a photographer?
Very likely.
Very likely. So now what you went is from getting one referral of somebody who's getting married to getting hundreds of referrals of somebody who, as soon as they get married, they say, by the way, I have the perfect photographer for you.
Exactly.
All right. So I have, in my BNI, I have exactly that. What I have is, I have a photographer who specializes on weddings. And for years, all they were asking was people who were getting married, people who were getting married. Once they understood this, they have connected now to 3 wedding coordinators, and they have to have hired 2 additional photographers because they cannot handle all the weddings that they're getting.
Exactly. I think one of the very, very important differences between Twitter and Facebook, because I think this is one of the most relevant questions. Okay, well, I have my account on Facebook, and of course I have a lot of friends, which, I mean, hundreds of them, I have no clue who they are. One of the big differences with LinkedIn is most of the people which are on your network, one way or the other, you have actually a real connection with them. And also what happens is that most people are really struggling for getting business. I mean, getting business out of Facebook requires, I mean, it's a complete different set of skills, and of course, I mean, it's not as effective as getting business out of LinkedIn. Basically, you were telling me some examples of people that started learning your strategies on LinkedIn Power, started using specifically the techniques that you started showing to them, and suddenly they started getting referrals for life, exactly as you were mentioning. So can you possibly share with everyone what some of the examples that you were telling me, basically business examples, and specifically linking them to money, because I think this is very interesting. I mean, if you will like to get a business opportunity like this in Twitter, it will be impossible. If you would like to get a business opportunity like this in Facebook, it will be almost impossible, because of course those platforms are basically set in a way where it's just more the social interaction and basically where I'm doing and what is going on. However, LinkedIn will help you basically create business out of nothing. So you can share with us some of those examples.
Yes, absolutely. One particular example was there was a CPA that I know, and one of the things I told her, what you want to do on LinkedIn is you want to start answering questions that people have related to taxes, because people are constantly asking questions on LinkedIn about all kinds of topics. Well, what she did was she says, okay, I'll do that. She answered a question that this lady had posted, all right, on about particular taxes, and this other lady received like 3 other answers, but she liked, my friend Jeannie's answer the best, and she actually went ahead and as soon as she received the answer, she went and looked at her profile and contacted her, and I said, you know what, I loved your answer, it shows your expertise, here's my business, and that business has turned out to be $30,000 a year from answering one question on LinkedIn.
Wow.
Okay.
So imagine what happened. I mean, what are the odds of actually just answering one question and getting that kind of business on Twitter or MySpace or Facebook? None. That's impossible.
Yes, none, because what happened was this person not only demonstrated her expertise by answering the questions, but secondly, the person then was able to go look at their profile, look at all the recommendations that she had, all the awards that she had received on her profile, which is, as I instruct people, you must turn it from a place where you park your information into a sales page. And that person was sold. It took 5 minutes, and it generated $30,000.
Wow. So it went from answering one question to $30,000 in a short period of time.
Yes, because they had done the proper work ahead of time.
Well, let me share with you one experience actually that happened to us also very recently. We were also looking for sponsors for our Unlimited Power Online event, which will be taking place now in November in Dubai. And through a contact of LinkedIn, actually, we managed to get a sponsor that gave us 20,000 dirhams. I mean, if we would have not been able to get this in LinkedIn in Facebook or in Twitter, no matter how much we tried. And that basically proved that your strategies really, really work. So that's why I am very, very excited about what we're basically showing on this package that you actually put together.
Yes, let me give you, another example. In fact, it happened today. I was on a call with somebody, and what happened was somebody was looking for a grant writer, somebody who runs for, they do grants for a nonprofit because somebody was looking for them. All right. What they did was through my program and through one of the bonuses that I threw in, actually they came up number one on LinkedIn for this search term, grant writing. And because of that, they were contacted, and right now they're doing a proposal for this company, all right, that if it comes to pan, it's going to be $50,000, simply because they had optimized their profile to come number one on their search, as well as done what I told them to do with regards to their recommendations and their sales page.
Wow, fantastic. Now, I mean, just think about all the people which are right now thinking, oh my goodness, where am I going to get my next customer? How am I going to make my next sale? The economy is down. Everything is not. Things are not really doing well. And here we are talking about huge businesses and huge deals which are actually just happening because, of course, putting together the power of networking into the internet, which actually this is the right platform to do it. It will be LinkedIn, and basically meeting the right people and striking these huge deals. So obviously what you are teaching is very, very powerful and very, very useful, and definitely it is something that, I mean, if you're on the fence of knowing, well, shall I invest in this, shall I not invest in this, I think it's absolutely amazing. I mean, 6 months ago...
Ernesto, I'm going to be even more bold. I think if you're on the fence, you're crazy not to do it. You have absolutely everything to gain. You have a full money-back guarantee. In fact, I will guarantee that you will recoup your investment inside of 60 days, or you can ask for your money back. That is how certain I am that you're going to get your money back.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, it's just clearly, basically... And what I really like about it is not, I mean, you don't get thousands of books and a lot of fluff there. I mean, every single video that I have seen on the system is just clear to the point, very, very well explained, right and click, very, very simple. So every single person that actually reads it could become a LinkedIn expert very, very soon. The sad thing is most of the people have not, I mean, and this is one of the reasons why we keep on getting all these emails back and forth, is people saying, well, I mean, I find this interesting, but I mean, I have my profile in LinkedIn, but I have never really done anything with it. Well, I think this is the reason why you actually have to jump on it, because of course the opportunities that LinkedIn are offering are just absolutely amazing. So I would like to keep this call as short as possible because I know that you're very busy. So definitely I recommend you to jump on it. Just remember that we're just about to close. We will very likely be closing before Sunday because we're getting close to the 500 units that we wanted to sell. Later on, as soon as we get our partnership with LinkedIn, which is something that we're working on, that it took a little bit of a longer time, we will be relaunching at a different price. The bonuses that you're getting are absolutely amazing. Rick is going to be there in Dubai, having a hands-on coaching session where you actually can go there with your computer. He's going to tell you exactly how things work. You're going to get also tickets for the Unlimited Power Online, for the Power of 3 event, which I think is going to be very, very powerful. You can actually read a little bit more over here, and the price is absolutely amazing. $497 for all this information. Just as a small reference, how long actually it took you to learn this stuff, Rick?
Oh, God, I had about, at the very minimum, 500 hours that I put into this.
500 hours to actually figure out how it all works.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine that you get, let's say, $10, $15 an hour just for say that it's almost a little bit above the minimum wage. How much would that actually amount to?
I mean, it's, I put this together. I wish somebody would have done that for me, believe me. The amount of time that I put into this, it's crazy if anybody wants to get to this. And one other thing, Ernesto, I want to mention to the people is besides getting the program, what you also get is you get me with it. And that is you get my expertise, you get my backing, you get my support, and you get my network. And I'm a very well-connected person, and I will help you with whatever it is that you need to succeed, because that's really what I'm all about, is helping people create the life that they ideally want to have.
Fantastic that we are both right now already living. And I mean, you a moment ago you were basically showing me the your office next to the beach.
Yeah.
I am living in 3 different residences, so definitely that's a big plus. Anyway, I am going to cut it short now. Thank you very much, Rick, for your time. And guys, everyone, we are basically closing. We said that we were going to be open till Sunday. If we get the 500 sales prior to Sunday, we will definitely be closing before. So I thoroughly recommend you to take advantage of this. And as Rick said, you have absolutely zero risk, because of course he is behind it. I am also behind it. You know that what we provide is quality. So definitely is something that you should really, really be considering.
Thank you, Ernesto.
Thank you very much, Rick, and I'll talk to you very soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.